Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor, one of my favorite kinds of moments in time where I get to bring a friend onto the show. So, the purpose of these split screen broadcasts is to help you guys find other awesome broadcasters on Periscope because sometimes it can be hard to find other people to follow. And even though I'm here 3 hours a day, I'm not here 24 hours a day. Oh, hey, Steven, you are, no, you were not the first comment to the broadcast. I'm sorry. No, it was Ryan. But thank you, Steve, so much for your sponsorship today. It is still match day, you guys, up until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. We are getting matched all of the sponsorships that come in by South Jersey Broker. If you've been around my channel, you know that's Ed, and he's going to match all the sponsorships. We have already broken our record, and we plan to keep on pushing. So I'm going to bring my friend out behind the curtain of technology now, if you guys are ready. Well, ready or not, here she comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, Isa. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me here, Taylor. It's
Yeah.
really fun to be here with you. I've seen a lot of your scopes, and they're very positive and enlightening and inspiring. So thanks for having me join you today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I love connecting with other broadcasters. You've been periscoping a lot longer than me, too, I think.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I started I started officially doing the bug scope every week on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock last December. So I've been doing it regularly since then. When did you start?
Did you say Tuesdays at 2?
Yeah.
Awesome. And
Tuesday,
that's 2 o'clock. Are you on my coast? East Coast?
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you in the world?
Philadelphia.
Where are you?
Oh, in Philadelphia?
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're not even that far. We'll have to meet
You're
up
in New York?
sometime.
Yeah. You're in New York?
Yes, upstate New York.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes. Hello,
cool.
everyone. Everyone's so excited to see you. I know I missed a lot of comments. Thank you for the super hearts, Eric. But yeah, I've been broadcasting. It's actually my 1 year birthday in 2 days. 1 year Periscope birthday.
Party, party.
Yes, yes. So tell us about your channel and what you broadcast about. You said bug scopes, but kind of give us a little more like of your background and what that really entails. Thank you, Russell, for the super hearts. Okay.
Yeah, sure. First, I see some questions about, because I just scoped yesterday from up in Vermont. So I probably drove right by you, Taylor, on the way back home to Pennsylvania.
You probably did. Vermont is like, I could go to Vermont. It's not too far. It touches my state.
Yeah, so there weren't too many bugs up there, of course, but they're all hibernating right now. And I will tell you guys that I did have a bad fall. Hi, Bonnie in Florida. I have my helmet here. I cracked my helmet in half and got a mild concussion. So my head hurts a little bit right now, but
Oh my gosh. It was probably so icy.
yeah, it was kind of, I slipped, fell back, and got like a whiplash crack. And
Oh,
yeah, but not too bad. I've gotten head trauma before, and so I know how to handle it, and I know that this is a milder case, so it should be okay.
oh my gosh. Well, thank you for still sticking to the time. I know that was probably not easy. You've probably been having headache. I'll try to talk more calmly.
Yeah,
Not yours.
definitely kind of this slipped my mind because of everything that was going on, of course.
Hey,
But
I
no,
hear
I'm
you.
to be here with you, and I'll pull out a bug so I can hold it as we talk and I share my channel. So one moment.
Yes.
I have one. They're in the tank right over here, so I just have to pull them out.
Oh,
But
I love it. Thanks for the super hearts, Arturo, and thank you for the sponsorship. It is still match day, you guys. Any sponsorships that come in on the website are going to be matched by Ed, South Jersey Broker, who I believe just came in here as well. Yes, they're saying they're so glad that your concussion wasn't more serious.
yeah. Thank goodness, because it really would be no fun to have a major setback. But I think I'll be all right.
They want to
After
know, do you have bugs in your room?
yes. Oh, actually, yeah. These cockroaches, I just pulled one out. This is a who likes exploring tropical rainforests. Because here is a cockroach, the peppered cockroach, which it lives down there in the rainforests, and it lives kind of in colonies with its family
It's so
down.
cute.
Yeah, it's a decomposer, very sweet critter, completely harmless. There are thousands of cockroach species out there. I don't know, maybe some people here saw my scope where I had the little hats that I'd made for them. I'll do a little preview of what that
Oh
was.
my god.
I'm not going to stick right now, but you can go back to the highlight of that. I did that a couple of weeks ago. It was a lot of fun.
There's so many mixed responses in the chat. It's great.
I'm sure a lot of your followers are probably a little shocked, so sorry, but
I love it.
and you'll get many of these fun facts on my bug scopes. If you
Yeah. So are you an entomologist? Is that?
Yes, I'm an entomologist. I study bugs. I've been studying bugs since I wanted to become an entomologist since first grade. I either wanted to go explore space and be an astronaut.
Okay.
And I also liked bugs because I just liked exploring and discovery, and so that's kind of what my channel is all about.
I love
I like
that.
to open up a space for people to explore their curiosities and learn about our amazing world that we live on.
I love this. Chris said he loved your scopes. Hello, everyone. Hello, thanks for being here. Stuart, I don't know if I said thank you for the super hearts. You guys are awesome. Make sure you follow her. If you're in the scope, I know your hands are full, but if you can just like put a little some bug emoji or whatever you want, a comment, and then people can follow you more easily. Ed wants to know if it bites.
Let me find the bug emojis.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to be an insect wrangler while
exactly.
Does it bite? It doesn't bite unless you're a piece of fruit or a decomposing log. So it's very harmless, no germs to worry about because it just stays in its tank and I keep it clean. So there are about 4,000 species of cockroaches and only 40 of them are pest species. So there's a lot out there that are completely harmless to us and just live and exist.
Nice.
Okay. I see Geo Scholar says, I like stuff about the earth. Good.
He does. Makes sense. I think he's going to love your channel so much. Thanks for the super hearts, Taylor. Rob says he likes big bugs, small bugs, stinky bugs, flying bugs, burrowing bugs, bug infestations. They want to know if you like spiders.
Well, since you mentioned spiders,
yeah,
I have another friend here. I'm sure some of you guys are probably thinking like, oh, she's bringing out the ickiest bugs out on the channel here. These are really easy insects to keep at home, which is why I'm able to keep them. Other insects are not as easy, but they're completely chill creatures. So.
Oh, is it a rose hair or what is it?
Yeah. This is a red rump tarantula. Good guess. I do have a red upstairs also. I saw someone talk about how their first interview was with a dead bird. And that kind of can help portray how dynamic the scopes can be, because when I'm out, I do the regular scopes on Tuesday, but then if I'm out and about somewhere and I'm wandering around in the outside world, when I'm exploring outer space here on planet Earth, I'll start a scope to share that discovery with everyone here on Periscope.
I love that. I love that idea. I love your channel. It's really hard to find, people doing different stuff on Periscope, and this is like, there's no one else doing this. You're probably the only like live streaming entomologist in the world.
Yeah, that's partially why I do this, because I realized, we need a space for bugs here on Periscope. I even presented about my use of Periscope with sharing entomology at the Entomology Society of America conference this past November, and that was rather exciting too.
How was that received? Did you get good feedback?
Yeah, the feedback was good. I think the tricky thing with bringing it to such a platform is sometimes it's a little hard to be professional on Periscope because of all of the trolls, and that really brings down replayability. So that can be hard with guests that I bring on, when people say rude things, and it's the trolls really that come, and so that makes it a little hard. But otherwise, it's been really rewarding to be on here. A lot of my followers have shared that they watch it with their kids or their grandkids, which is so fun, or their significant others, and it's been really fun to swap ideas with all of you, and hear your perspectives and thoughts. Since you come from a totally different world than me with all these different ideas, it's fun that's what makes Periscope so fun.
Yes. Oh, that's so true. That is so true. And then you said that roach ate fruit and decomposing wood. And then what does this guy eat, or girl?
So this is Cayenne, and she's a red rump, and she eats crickets or whatever insect she can sink her fangs into. I'll see if I can try to coax her out of here. I'm not sure if that's going to be very successful.
Okay.
That's right. Waffle Lake Guy or John says that I take Periscope on all sorts of field trips. Yeah, that's the goal. I think that's what I like about Periscope too. Like, it's totally a periscope that just kind of pops out in the middle of the world, and then you explore.
I love that. I know. I love the name and everything. People want to know if it's dead. It's not dead. That's her pet.
She's alive, but it's really hard to get her out of the cup. I will try.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
I hear you. Yeah, I can imagine. I used to work at a pet store, so I handled rose hair tarantulas and
Oh,
pink toe tarantulas, but the pink toes were like really fast, and I didn't really handle
yeah.
them as much as the rose hairs. But I wanted one. My mom wouldn't let me have a tarantula when I was younger.
Oh, well, it's not too late to get one.
That's
They make
true.
really great pets. I wonder if they help with, like, when you do yoga, I'm guessing you have to be calm, take deep breaths.
Definitely.
When you handle animals, you have to be calm and
That's
receptive
true.
to their body language.
They say that, I don't know if it was snakes or what, but they can feel like your pulse in their skin and kind of tell if you're agitated or not. Yes,
Yeah.
tarantula. Everyone's like, you were deprived of tarantula.
Yeah, deprived. Yeah.
One person said, I can do anything, but you just showed me that I can't.
Oh. Yes, you can.
It does have fangs, yeah. So they want to know, is it poisonous?
Yeah, so she does have two fangs, one set of fangs. And there is some venom inside the fangs. However, she's not very venomous. Like, if she bit you, it'd be more just the mechanics of the fangs sinking into your skin rather than the venom that would cause damage and hurt. I almost have her out. One sec.
Yes, it is the bug lady, the one and only Stranger Danger.
Yep. Come on out, Cyan. Okay, I almost got her.
Yes. How old is she?
She's about. Oh no!
She's trying to go back
One
in.
sec. Whoa. Her fangs came out and bit the pencil. I was a little freaked out by that.
Yeah.
Glad it wasn't that. Yeah, so she has venom. Are you crazy? I see that comment right there. And spiders do have venom. And different ones have different levels of venom. One way to describe it is they have a cocktail of venom within them. And so different spiders need different levels of venom depending on what their prey is.
Okay.
And also what their lifestyle is. Yeah, so. Nice. Okay, let me see. Now I'm shaking a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably not a good idea to do this when I got a concussion yesterday, but
I
have to at least pick her up to put her back into her container.
Right.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Can you use the cup?
Yeah, I could. I'll just get it onto my hand.
Oh my gosh, this girl is way braver than me. Okay, this is the year of overcoming our fears, 2018.
All right, I got her.
Deep breaths. Calm.
Push the computer back a little bit too so you can see her better.
Yeah. Hi, little red rump. She's definitely got a red rump, that's for sure.
That's her red rump, which is what her name comes from. Very lovely and velvety. Another thing that these spiders have, I see someone saying, I thought snakes had venom and spiders have toxins or something. Yeah, venom contains toxins. Yeah, it can all get a little confusing when you're talking about these things. So venom is injected by things like fangs. And then poison means if you eat it, you get sick. So if you touch it, then you get sick. But venom gets injected. That's how you tell the difference. So spiders are venomous because they inject the poison and toxins. Oh, they inject toxins with their fangs, and they have a venom gland that's connected to their fangs.
Right.
She is going to bite you for no. Her fangs are fine. She just had them out and gripped that pencil because she didn't like me taking her out of the cup.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. How many times have you been bit by your bugs?
I've never been bit by a tarantula. So,
well, today better not be the first time. I'll never forgive myself.
Probably crazy, but like when you study these creatures, sometimes you just get really curious about what it is like, and you can learn from it. So you can say maybe it's a scientist mentality, but yeah.
I love that. She's ready for anything. She's like, hey, if it doesn't bite me, great. If it bites me, I learned something.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They also have urticating hairs. So I'm going to tell everyone now, you don't want to ever kiss your tarantula because they have these. It's happened before. People have tried to kiss their tarantula, believe it or not, and they've gotten a mouth full of hairs, irritating barbed hairs that come from the back of the abdomen of the tarantula.
Do
And
they
that's
have them on their legs too? I heard that they like rub their legs to like get the hairs into.
yeah, yeah. Taylor, you know your bugs.
They
You know
had
your
a zoologist came to my school in elementary school, and I remember that. I liked bugs too when I was a kid.
yeah. Oh, nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New World spiders, the ones that are in the Americas, North and South America, they have these urticating hairs. The Old World tarantulas from the Old World, the Europe and Asia, Africa, they don't have these urticating hairs. So the
Oh.
evolutionary divergence there. But
So can you kiss the old world ones?
at your own risk, they could still bite. My boyfriend, well, my fiance at the time, boyfriend, he had a pink toe tarantula. If you guys like pink and pink nail polish, maybe check out this tarantula called the pink toe. It looks like it has nail polish on each of its
Oh,
toes.
sorry. Hang on one second. I had to switch phones and I have to like turn the volume off here. Sorry for that, go guys. It should be done now. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, you couldn't pay me to kiss a tarantula either. Actually, you could, but I'd still be nervous about it.
How much? How much would it take? You guys get the super hearts coming
Right? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'd probably do it for $50.
in. $50.
I don't
You
know, but then
said, come on, we gotta get more money than $50.
yeah, $100. I don't know.
Well, that's a good. We
Threshold
doubled
because
it. We doubled
that
it.
much.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, pink toes.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
going back to the pink toe tarantula
Yeah.
to finish that story. Yeah, so he had a pink toe tarantula in his house, and somehow the cat knocked off the lid to the container. And a pink toe tarantula, this is a terrestrial tarantula which lives on the ground, and makes burrows underground for its house. Someone said they'd give me $1,000 to kiss the tarantula. I'll
There
take you
you
up on
go.
that. Sure.
That's much better.
Raise it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, so this pink toe is arboreal, and so is easily able to climb out of the tank once the cat had knocked over the lid. We got back to the room, found that the cage was spilled over on the ground, and I, okay, did the cat eat it? Because the cat had its eyes on that tarantula for a long time. That I bet it's still alive because the cat had been bit. It had bite marks near its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that tarantula, I think, is alive somewhere. Because we would have seen little bits of tarantula on the ground. So
Yeah.
there were weeks and weeks that went by. No luck with finding the tarantula. Maybe it had escaped out the window because the window had been open that day. And then finally, there it was up on the wall. We brought it back.
Oh my
Cleaned it
gosh.
with a more secure lid.
Wow, that is amazing. That happened to me one time with a snake. We like lost the snake forever, and then one day it just showed up in our washing machine, like alive. Like, hey, I'm going for a swim.
Wow, in the washing machine?
Yeah, it was living like down back, like in like the back of the washing machine.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's
I had a snake. I adopted a snake too, and my third day of having it, I kind of had let it out into the room, and it went into the corner of the room, and I was like, "Oh, it's the corner of the room. If it leaves the corner of the room, I'll see it because it's like in the corner of the room." And there was a piece of furniture there. I went over to check on it 10 minutes later, and all that was left was the tail sticking out of the hole in the corner of the room. This was an old apartment back in college. I grabbed onto the tail, but I wasn't going to be able to pull it out.
yeah, you can't.
Yeah, so it got lost, but it's resurfaced like a month and a half later.
Exactly. Yeah, that was like mine too. What kind of snake was it?
A corn snake.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
They love it. They're like bugs and snakes.
Yeah, my bug scopes are entomology and spiders pretty much only, but you know, sometimes it's fun to diverge.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Is that true, Rob? He says in the Philippines they'll come up out of the toilet.
But what would?
Snakes, I guess. Someone says
That's
he wouldn't go within 10 feet of that spider for anything less than $50,000.
whoa. This one's not dangerous though, so like you wouldn't even have to go. You wouldn't have to go to the hospital if you got bit by this one. You'd be fine. Like it probably would hurt as much as a bee sting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then are the symptoms the same? It's like, is it like, does it get like itchy?
I don't know, but if I ever find out, I'll let you know.
That's true. You've never experienced it, right?
I have to be careful when I talk because if I make her
Yeah.
think and she gets spooked, I just did that.
Oh, yeah.
But she's doing well, isn't she, guys?
She's doing, yeah. I mean, considering that she just bit the crap out of your pencil, now she's like nice and calm. She's like trying to figure out where's my cup at.
Yeah. Yeah, so the bug scope that I do usually allows for people to check out these creatures from a safe distance.
I love that.
My mom's a psychologist, and her friend, who's also a psychologist, asked if she could use one of my bug scopes of the tarantulas for her exposure therapy.
Oh,
And
I
I was,
love that. I love that. I would love for people to be using that for that right now.
yeah.
See, yeah, everyone's saying like they need me to do ASMR after this to calm them down.
No,
What was I gonna say? Oh, so do you know the brain scientist, right? Is Ian?
Ian, he's in Philadelphia like me.
Oh, okay. So did you guys meet through Periscope?
We did, yeah. I was like another science periscoper when I was all new, and he had been around for a while. So, um, so yeah, we met up this past October and did a scope or two together, which was nice.
I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, I saw you guys were doing some stuff, and I'm like, these two know each other? How did it? What is happening? And it wasn't split screen. It was like they were actually together.
Great, yeah, because Ian was gonna maybe do a 360 video at my museum, so I invited him over.
Oh, I love that idea. Yeah, get him to do that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it would. It's a
That could be
nice.
cool, like a 360, like in from the tank.
Oh, like inside of the tank.
Yeah.
Wait, but this was initially for the like museum entranceway where all the dinos are.
Okay, okay.
If there was a way to do like a macro 360.
Right? Yeah, like really high res. They probably don't have that yet, but it's an
Yeah,
idea. As soon as it's available, you know where to find
exactly.
it on her channel. Do you want to, whenever your hands are free, if you want to comment again so they can follow you? And if you guys
Sure.
have any questions, because she does have a concussion, so I don't want to keep her for like too long. I want to make sure that she's like not overdoing it and can get some rest and hydration and all that and not get bit by her tarantula for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Thanks for the Super Hearts Rock River Sky. That calmed me down.
Yeah, I saw someone ask why you're not afraid of spiders, and it's the whole idea where once you learn about something, you understand it better and you don't fear it as much. Because a
Yes.
lot of it comes from the unknown. But when you demystify it, I know that her body language right now, she's very calm. She's not raising up her front legs in a threat position, so I know it's okay.
Right. Right.
Well, when you learn, your fear will wash away.
Right. So before they bite, they actually lift up their front leg. So it's kind of like a big warning sign if you are holding one or something to abort. Abort.
I've I spent 7 months in Borneo several years ago doing orangutan research, and of course checking out all the bugs that were over there because it's right on the equator. And I got a really awesome picture of a tarantula that was rearing up in that warning stance. I'll post it on my Twitter after this scope. And
Awesome.
my Twitter name is my whoops. She just kind of fell onto my keyboard. Same. I'll let her go into the cup.
Yeah.
Hold on. I need to do some wrangling.
That's fine. Yeah. Now she's like, I'm free.
Yeah, she got a little spooked for some reason. Okay, maybe I'll just leave her where she is. Okay, so yeah, my Twitter handle is same as my periscope name, Issa Beta Bug.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll post a picture of a tarantula rearing up after this scope so you guys can check it out.
Yay, Nick, you made it. Nick was excited to see you on here, so I'm glad he made it before we were done. I forgot that I told you guys to ask questions, and then I forgot to read questions. Someone wants to know about bird-eating spiders.
Bird-eating spiders. What do they want to know about them?
That's all they said. Bird-eating, question mark?
They're large. And so sometimes tarantulas do end up eating birds because of how large they are. Like spiders just and eat whatever they can fit into their jaws and hold down. So sometimes that will be a mouse or a rodent. Sometimes that'll be a lizard. It varies a lot. Sometimes it'll be a bird.
Wow, yeah. A lizard. Oh my gosh.
Good to see you, Pandora.
Someone told me today that in Florida it's iguana falling. There's like an iguana falling warning right now because when the weather gets cold enough there, the iguanas like start falling out of the trees.
Wow.
I had never heard that before.
I never heard that either, but that sounds kind of amazing.
I know. I will have to verify it, but it was one of my yoga students, so I trust her.
Yeah. That would be quite the surprise to have a iguana fall on your head.
Well, you'll be wearing helmets around for iguanas. Hi, wild woman. Someone just said, hey, bug lady. It was Jomo Sapien. It's a bug girl.
Jomo Sapien.
I know, it's a good name, right?
Yeah. I do have a snake upstairs. Someone just said a snake would top this off.
There you
that's
go.
a little bit off the topic of the bug scope right now. We've been going all over the place, which has been really fun.
Yes, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. She does bug scopes on her channel there, Issa Beta Bug, all the time. Well, every week. So check her out because she does all sorts of different stuff, different bugs. And what would you say was like the most dangerous bug you did on a scope?
Good question. I had a cow killer on my scope, which was this type of. If you guys are interested in seeing what some of the most painful insect stings are, check out Schmidt's Pain Index. It's this guy who went around and got stung by some of the insects with the biggest reputations, like a bullet ant. It's called a bullet ant for a reason. Thanks, Dan on Fleek, for the shout out. Yeah, Dan on Fleek was just pointing out that I work at the Academy of Natural Sciences in Center City, Philadelphia. And because I'm usually there on Tuesdays at work, that's where my scopes are usually coming from.
Awesome.
And so I usually show museum specimens there. And we have over 4 million specimens and over 100,000 species within our insect collection. Some were collected 150 years ago, some were collected just a week ago. And I'll be adding a specimen tomorrow when I go in as well. So it's a really great institution with a wealth of information and resources.
I love that so much. I love that. So wait, cow killer?
Sorry, yeah. So the cow killer, it's a wasp that's wingless, and the female wasp just runs around on the ground in very deserty, arid areas, and for other wasps of other species nests so she can lay her eggs. And she's called a cow killer because of how much her sting hurts. They say it's enough to kill a cow. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But never been stung. But
oh my god, that would scare. I hate bees. Like I can do spider. You know what bugs I really liked when I was growing up? Slugs. I loved slugs. I thought slugs were just so cool. I used to bring them to school. My teachers did not like that.
By any chance, did you see the movie Microcosmos?
No.
Young? Okay. There was this cool snail scene where they're like, yeah.
Nice. I'll definitely have to watch it.
It's like very slow, and their eyes are huge and sticking out.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's got to be really cool. So you probably have it, all of that. You have like all bugs. I mean, not all, obviously, but you have like snails and beetles.
I wish I had some, but they don't really survive around here, I guess. But
okay.
There's a whole malacology department at the museum too. And one of my first featured periscopes actually was titled Meet the Snail Dentist. And it was with one of the graduate students who studies snails. Yeah, so on my scope, along with showing bugs myself, I like to bring on a lot of guests who study different facets of entomology or other critters because I don't know it all. there are millions of insect species to keep track of, so got to divide and conquer.
I love that. That's so cool. Troy, it was a wingless wasp.
Yeah.
Oh crap, what did somebody, there was a good question, but I'm forgetting. Oh, someone said Eastern toe biters eat fish.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think they're talking about this group of insects called the bellostomatid, which is a type of hemipteran, which is related to cicadas, stink bugs, aphids, that whole group. And
Okay.
it's just a large bug that in some places in the world people eat them, but they have these large front raptorial legs. When I say raptorial legs, think of praying mantises, how praying mantises have these spiky front legs they use to grab their prey. These have these big front legs that they use to catch their prey in the water, and they'll often eat fish and things like that.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That is so freaky.
Yeah, but I don't think they actually bite people's toes ever. I think it's just they
Okay.
look like they could, and so that makes them a little freaky.
Yeah, I bet they do. Maybe if you step on them or something.
Yeah.
You've seen
Whoever
them all.
says, you yeah.
I love that.
Um,
So, someone else said something here. Oh, thanks, Dice Game Babies. Oh, grasshoppers.
what
Someone
about
played with grasshoppers when he was a kid a lot.
oh, nice. Yeah, grasshoppers are what we had on the scope when I was with Ian, the brain scientist.
Oh, okay. How long ago was that?
That was back in October,
Okay.
so months ago.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like kind of lazy, clunky grasshoppers is the best way to describe them. And they're so lazy and clunky because they're very well they are poisonous. They are very well defended, and so they just sit around all day looking beautiful because they're brightly colored. And their colors alone and their toxins are enough that they can just hang out and not worry about predators because predators don't want to eat them.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I like that. Um,
Yeah.
Claudia wants to follow you. Can you put up some emojis? Claudia
Sure.
also said she loves snails, and Claudia is one of our sponsors here on the channel. So I'm glad for you guys to meet because it's important to support other broadcasters and other channels that are doing great stuff so that she can continue to provide awesome scopes. And when that awesome 360 bug camera is created, she can buy one.
Yeah, I have been considering the idea of doing a Patreon. Been thinking about it. We'll see. We'll see. Probably sometime this year. I have to figure out that how that would be.
Do
But
you
I
have a
think
PayPal? Oh, hang on, you froze. Come back
okay.
to us. Oh, you're back. You're back.
I have seen A Bug's Life. Great movie.
Yes, that is a good movie.
It is a movie about bugs. Yeah.
It is a movie. Thank you, Lotus, for the clarity.
Another great one an inspiring movie that I watched when I was little. Like a lot of people watched Fantasia when they were little, and I watched
Yeah.
that animated kind of animation to classical music, which was very fun. There was also Wildlife Fantasia, which was like the same thing, but they used different scenes of wildlife. And that was definitely imprinted into my mind as I grew up.
Yeah, I never saw that. That sounds awesome. I love that.
So yeah, it was you can see it's on YouTube, probably illegally, but it's there if anyone
There we
wants to check
go.
it out.
Right? Yeah. A lot of people are saying they love butterflies, and you're the way that I have like the screen, we can't quite see your necklace if you want to show it.
Yeah,
Yay.
so the one thing I got these earrings which are dragonflies for Christmas from my brother. And then I'm wearing this moth. It's actually a moth. And that's
Oh,
actually one thing that's fun about going in the collection because we have some really beautiful moths. And I had someone on the scope a couple weeks ago saying how they didn't like moths. And then they sent me a message after the scope being like, I love moths now. I'm not afraid of them.
oh,
I was just
yay.
like, hi, bug scope.
Yes, that's perfect. That's exactly what it's for, to teach people so that they can overcome silly fears that are irrational and learn what things might be rational. Like if a tarantula lifts up its legs. So make sure you follow her Twitter, which is the same handle. She's going to post up a picture of a tarantula in attack mode right after
Yeah.
this scope.
Yeah. Someone said that's bug murder. And so I do want to address that real fast. Because first of all, this is a piece of plastic. It does look like a real one, which is awesome. Second of all, if you do follow my scopes, you know that I do work in a collection of real insects that are dead. It's kind of like an insect morgue. But the thing is that it's important to collect insects because they're so small. You would not notice thousands of them. Thousands of them would never be discovered if we didn't collect them. And you can't protect what you don't know and recognize and name. And so all of it's for the purpose of understanding them, and it allows us to be ambassadors for them to protect habitat and conserve, and ultimately it makes all of our lives better when we protect the environment.
I totally agree. Protect diversity, biodiversity for sure. And someone said you're on Instagram too. Is it the same?
Yep, Issa Beta Bug. So on
your hair
Instagram.
clip. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my hair clip.
That's awesome. I love it.
Whee!
So cute. Yes. You know when you like, I had a good question, then I totally forgot it, and I was hoping it would come back, and it hasn't come back. And Lindsay says you're the most adorable thing in the world.
Thanks, Lindsay. I saw someone talk about dung beetles, and I'll share 2 fun facts with you about dung beetles, which are super awesome. I learned these when I was in Borneo because I was doing some dung beetle work when I was in Borneo. Okay. For example, I took orangutan dung and made baited traps with it to catch dung beetles. That's pretty interesting. But what I was going to tell you is that did you know that dung beetles, before they were attracted to and used the dung of mammals for their food, they would use dinosaur dung, and then once the dinosaurs went extinct, they moved from the dinosaurs to mammals, which is pretty cool.
Wow, that is cool. And Pizzle says that they definitely refrained from killing some bugs since watching your scopes.
Oh, cool.
See, that's so you wonderful. Saved bugs.
Yeah.
Dung beetles are cool.
Yeah, and so here's the other cool fact. Who here likes astronomy? I know I do, because I wanted to either be an entomologist or an astronaut when I was younger.
Definitely. Yeah, I love the stars. It was just a supermoon.
Yeah, I used to steal their ball just to be mean. Oh,
they
probably after you stole it. They're very good at finding dung. They come within a minute of the orangutans pooping. And actually, they would come to human dung too, which is kind of cool. But it was awesome.
Yeah. Hey, that's the only way to find out.
Yeah, and when it did happen, you were like, wow, like recycling. Like it's so good that they're there. Otherwise, the world would just pile up with dung. But instead, it's such a magical seeming process. Like they just turn dung into beetles, and then something eats the beetles and it turns into an iguana or like whatever. It's amazing, the circle of life.
Yeah, Claudia loves astronomy. Gio loves it. Pandora loves it. Ryan loves it. Everyone loves astronomy in here, so they're loving it.
Geo scholar make a bunch of moons. Yeah, so what I was going to tell you is that some dung beetles use the stars to navigate. There's some research done on that, where they had the dung beetles with the sky visible, and some that were moving with the sky not visible. And they noticed that they were using the stars to move around.
Wow, that is it's almost freaky. Like, just to think, we don't think bugs are smart, but it's like, I can't use the stars to navigate. I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes, Dan, me too. I have stink bugs all over my house.
Yeah. Where are you, Dan, again?
I'll let him say where he is, because I know, but I don't know if I should say. I don't know. Sometimes people don't want to tell. I wanted to ask if you've ever done like bug mating scopes.
Bug mating scopes. I don't know that I have. I'd be open to it. It's just not presented itself yet.
Yeah, like if there was any interesting ones, like some interesting mating ritual or dance or something.
I would love to get a mate for my spiders, like Saffron or Cyan, who we saw earlier. I just need to find a mate. So if anybody has a male red rump out there, then let me know. Maybe we can hook them up.
All right, you guys, put your feelers out. Let's figure out who has a male red rump tarantula, and we're gonna mate him with the very eligible bachelorette, which is Cyan, I think. Cyan?
Cyan, yeah. Like cyan pepper.
Cyan.
Yeah. Bye, Lindsay. Good to see you here. Yeah, so it's really, people are concerned about when praying mantises go to mate, of course, because they're famous for the whole female biting the male's head off. But it's more of an issue when it comes to spiders mating, where it sometimes will happen where if the female's not receptive, she'll eat the male. Spider mating is really crazy. I need to do a whole scope on that. There's
Yes.
some spiders where the male positions itself so that it knows it's going to be eaten. So he just positions himself in the best way possible so that while he's eating her, like as much sperm as possible can get into her receptacles.
While he's being eaten. Oh my god.
And there are many other. That's only one of the many stories with spider mating. But
That
yeah,
is amazing. Marshmallow said, "Why are female bugs so mean?"
I know, right? Harsh world. I mean, in a way, it could be the male spiders being so nice because those nutrients are going into the eggs.
There you go, you guys.
And sometimes the male bugs are so mean because sometimes they plug the female up so that she can't mate with anybody else, or with yeah, it's crazy. Or with dragonflies, the male will like hold on to the female until she lays the eggs and guard the mate. So she's not free until she's done laying the eggs that were fertilized by him.
That
So
sounds horrible. Nick said, "What a hero."
yeah, actually, since we're on the topic of mating, for anybody who does happen to be in the Philly area, my museum is doing a special event on Thursday, February 8th. It's a little far from now. You can find the event on Facebook called Door 19. I'll also tweet about it, where they'll be talking about all these crazy like courtship and mating rituals across the animal kingdom. And there'll be an open bar. There's a brewery that's partnering up with us, so it should be a really fun event.
That sounds awesome. I wish I was closer because that sounds really fun.
Yeah, should be good.
I love it. You guys, all right, I don't see really any other questions coming in. Last chance, maybe? I don't know. We're at like almost a half hour. I figure that's probably.
Well, here's one good question for you,
Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Someone asked about bugs doing yoga. And I know that there are yoga insect positions, right?
There's actually like locust pose, which is they talk about how locusts they like swarm out over the ocean and just fly until they all drop into the ocean. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that before about locusts. And we do locust pose. What other bug poses are there?
Just one?
There probably is. I don't know.
Like this or something? I don't know.
I guess you could call that praying mantis. Yeah, we do this a lot, that's for sure. Oh, good, Claudia. I'm glad that you like it. She said she's learning so much. And Nick says spiders rock.
Yeah.
Nanya's like, wait, drinking and spiders? I love it. Oh, yeah. What's the name of the place you work at again?
It's the Academy of Natural Sciences of Drexel University. It's the oldest natural history museum in the Americas.
Wow.
1912. So yeah, the Academy of Natural Sciences in Philadelphia.
I love it.
Yeah. I've been working there for almost 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, a little on and off because of the trip to Borneo, but more or less 5 years.
Nice. Lacey, egg drop is a tool that's used for moderation. It's also used for tracking comments, and I can put a heart race on the screen, but mine's not working right now, so I don't have a heart race up, but that's what that hashtag means. Geo likes bugs that hop and fly.
Nice.
Did your tarantula go missing?
She's on the table here. I'm letting her be alone and still.
Okay. That's great. Yay! I love that one.
Yeah.
So what is it called again? What kind of roach?
Peppered cockroach.
Peppered.
Yeah.
Oh, someone asked a question, but I missed it. Okay, let's scroll back. We're scrolling back. Are bugs open to persuasion? What does that even mean?
If you're talking about if you can train them, then they can kind of be trained. Like if you look up bumblebee soccer, you'll get some fun results.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Thanks for the super hearts, Brian.
Thanks, Dan.
Brad Pitless.
This is the happiest scope ever.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, people do say that I smile a lot, and I do, but I just can't help it. I like sharing bugs. I like interacting with all of you. It's fun.
I can't help but smile because she smiles. Oh, yeah, Steven wants to know, does it fly?
Yeah, some cockroaches can fly. These ones can't. They're too big, and they don't fly. They have these wings, but they can't use them. There are a decent amount of situations in the insect world where the female doesn't fly and the male can. This happens with praying mantises a lot. I think one explanation for that is that the female has a lot of eggs, so it weighs her down. And
Oh.
and if she doesn't fly, like, and the male flies, then the male can be the one that moves the gene pool around, and makes sure things are genetically diverse, and then the female just makes sure the eggs go where they have to go. Yeah, yeah. Going back to the smiling thing, I was joking because with some of my relatives when they're talking about Victoria Beckham, and there's some like 41 questions thing that some magazine is doing with a bunch of different celebrities, and they asked Victoria Beckham why she doesn't smile or something about her smiling, and
Oh.
it was like my gift to the fashion world. I don't know. It's just a funny comment. I don't know.
I loved her. I loved Posh Spice when I was growing up.
Yeah, such an awesome look, fierce look. But I was joking how I'm gonna have my name be the Victoria Beckham opposite or something like
Yeah, yeah, the anti-Victoria.
that.
Oh, they want to know if you're gonna kiss that one.
I could. You guys want me to?
I think they probably are gonna say yes. Although
Now you're,
Dan,
yeah.
earlier Dan said he would pay for you to not kiss the tarantula when everyone was making offers for you to kiss it.
Spider or
For
the
the
tarantula?
tarantula, yeah, yeah. Thanks, Brad,
Yeah.
for the super hearts.
Thanks. Are those super hearts for me to kiss the roach?
Nick said there's lots of passion. And Chris is also sending super hearts. I'm not sure if that's why. They're not speaking up about it yet. We'll see what they say.
It might get a little skittish and run away.
Oh, Pandora says yes. Blue Mind Tree says yes. It liked
And
it. It didn't even run away. I was like, oh yeah. Give me some sugar.
know what was going on.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Okay if I give you a kiss? Someone asked that I had to ask for permission.
Yeah, he did say that. Oh, so cute.
I should put like lip gloss on and then give it a kiss.
Yeah, so it leaves a little mark.
Proof that I did it. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. They're loving it. One person said yuck,
Yeah.
but everyone else is like, yes. Roach kisses are hot.
Do spiders pee? That's a funny one. If you go back to my previous scopes with the spiders in them, there was a situation where the spider, I guess it peed on me. There was a bunch of liquid that came out. And it had never happened to me before, so that was a first.
That's weird. Thanks for the super hearts, Josh. She's worked there for 5 years and she had her first spider pee incident, which is kind of awesome.
This was my first time kissing a roach, too, for that matter. I would not kiss a wild roach, just to disclaimer, just to say that, because you don't know where they're running to, you don't know where they're coming from. So I would not kiss a wild roach because they do have pathogens and bacteria. You don't know what's up. But these ones are in my tank that I clean, so they're fine.
Right, right. So what's in the tank with them?
They have like a bunch of moss. Like here's the moss they have. Okay. They have coconut fibers that look kind of like coconut fibers.
Okay.
They eat the coconut fibers and a bunch of egg cartons that they can hang out on and
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Danny says, is it going to turn into a prince now?
That'd be pretty cool. I'll keep you posted. Next Tuesday at 2 p.m. to find out.
Find out if it's still a roach or did it transform. Oh, that's a good question. Ferrari says, have you ever lost a bug?
And your mind went berserk? I have lost bugs before, but it happens. I don't know. Yeah. I try not to, of course, but it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good at like running away and hiding. They're bugs.
They are, yeah. But sometimes if you know their biology, if you understand them, you can guess where they might be and find them. Like when I did the scope a couple weeks ago, the one with the Santa roaches, one of the little baby ones escaped, but I kept my eye out when cleaning up and I found it underneath the tablecloth. So I knew they find a little tiny crack along the tablecloth to hide, and there it was. So there
you go. Oh, Lacey's cat finds the bugs for her in her house.
Yeah, there was one time when I got some roaches from my professor. I took a spider biology class back at Cornell University where I got my entomology degree, And my professor kept a lot of roaches and gave me some to bring home. But the cat at my friend's house, where I stopped in between, knocked over the container of roaches and they got out.
Oh,
And the cat ate one, and I found two of them, and two of them got lost for good. But
oh no, poor things.
they're not around here, so it wouldn't survive in case
Mhm.
anybody learned about that. But it happened.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It's a good question. Um, let's see. There's a bunch
Yeah,
of good.
I do take a lot of pictures of bugs in case, and I like to share photography. I like to share bugs through photography. With my bug scopes, I often go through a dissection scope to get a closer view at the insects that we're looking at because they have such crazy detail and design. Um,
Yeah, seriously, that's awesome. I love that photography. So you have that on like Instagram?
yeah, you'll see the photography on Instagram.
I
Yeah,
love that. I love. So they want to know how long do those live? Those peppered roaches.
about 2 or 3 years.
Okay, not long. And then are all bugs cold-blooded or?
That's a good question too. Uh, yeah, they're mostly ectotherms, or yeah, cold-blooded, I guess would be the common way of saying it. Um, although I was just reading an article that was examining insects, and it was called like hot-blooded insects, and I didn't get to read the literature yet, but I was looking at that topic because a lot of insects that live in cold climates, like up in Vermont or upstate New York, probably survive the winter with antifreeze proteins. There's a lot
Cool.
that we can learn from with bugs and thermoregulation. Like we could harvest that the way that they have those antifreeze proteins and use them for human purposes.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I think she has a fiance, I think she said.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
boys, she is taken. And that's not her fiance on her hand there now.
Sorry, little roach. I already have a fiance.
I
If you
know.
turn,
I hope you don't turn into a prince.
what am I gonna do then?
How will you ever decide? Thanks for the super hearts, Asif. Thanks for being here. If you guys
Yeah.
don't know Issa Betabug, definitely follow her. That's her username there. Hopefully she'll comment in the broadcast again before the end. At what point in your first date, did you bring up the bug thing?
That's a good question. In this case, I didn't need to because I met my fiance in the entomology department at the museum that I work. So that was convenient.
There you go. Boom. So wait, what is he also an entomologist?
He's a wildlife biologist.
Oh, okay.
He studies big, more naturally charismatic animals like
Okay.
pumas and big cats. Yeah.
Cool. So does he actually study them like in the wild? He goes and travels around?
Yeah, he just started his PhD and he will be starting, he's trying to select a field station, might be in Chile or Africa, so we'll see. And hopefully I'll join him and I'll bring the scope along with me when I do.
I love that. Yes, that's awesome. I'm actually both of those continent or countries, yeah, slash continents. I'm planning to go to this year. I'm going to Egypt in February, and then I'll be going to Easter Island maybe this year, maybe next 2019 or something. But that's on my bucket list. So it's funny. Those are the two that you mentioned.
That's really funny. That's awesome. That's really exciting. I'm guessing you'll be scoping from there too, Taylor.
Of course, yeah, of course. I can't, you guys can't keep me away. I love scoping so much. Thanks for the super hearts, Lacey.
Well,
Yeah, so I don't think she works with Ian. They live near each other, or do you guys work together?
we're both downtown we're both downtown in Philadelphia, and you could say we're both graduate students in Philadelphia too, because he studies neurobiology at Penn, and I just started a master's degree in communication, so I could do more science communication at Drexel University. And they're walking distance, like just 10 minutes away from each other or less. So
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, that's cool that you can collaborate on scopes like that. Two scientists coming from totally different
yeah.
studies, kind of like their worlds collide.
Taylor, have you been able to join up with another scoper in person yet?
Yeah, I've met up with a few. Let's see, probably like the biggest actual scoper that I met up with, I think was probably, hopefully I'm not forgetting anyone. I met up with Jessica Nanners. That used to be her username. She's a yoga broadcaster, but I also met up with Scoping Products, Jeff in Montreal, who has that company with all the like the tripod that I'm using now, and we met up when I was in Montreal. So, but other than that, I've met up with like 10 plus people that from Periscope, but most people aren't really like broadcasters so much.
Okay. Cool, cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I
Yeah.
love it though. Yeah, actually, two people from Periscope are coming with me to Egypt.
Oh, wow. A Periscope trip.
Yeah, yeah, and they both came to Atlantic City with me in August, or what was it, August? No, December too, just like a month
Mhm.
ago.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, you're right, Brad. I met up with Caitlin, but we didn't really scope together. We just like meet up because we both live in New York. But her name still can't kill me, and she's a model, and she scopes every morning, just kind of hanging out while she gets ready for work.
Well, Taylor,
So
if you
yeah.
find any cool insects while you're over there, maybe you'll have to join my scope over my bug scope and do a split screen.
Yes, I'll have to tweet you pictures if I find anything to let you know if I
Keep me
find
posted.
hit the jackpot of bugs.
Yeah.
Yes, Philadelphia. You got it, Skyhawk. Kelso.
Philadelphia born and raised.
Yes.
Where I found spent most of my days looking for bugs.
Yes. Yeah. That's perfect. It was perfect. I love it.
Yeah. So
All right.
I'll
Do you have?
share one of my favorite bugs and then we can wrap it up. How's
Okay.
that?
Perfect. I love it.
Sounds good. All right. So one of my favorite bugs is the golden tortoise beetle, which I've done a scope on before. I have a book that I published called The Backyard Bugs of Philadelphia,
Okay.
which has over 100 species of insects you can find in the Philadelphia area.
Did you say
And
you
some,
wrote that book?
yeah, it's like pictures with fun facts and whatnot. Like
So
here's a tiger
cool.
beetle, very vicious looking bug.
Wait,
Oh,
go.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah, there. Yeah. I know you're like chopped in half.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Whoa, that's really cool. And you took those photographs?
Yeah,
Wow, this is so cool. I'm like your biggest fan right now.
I'll have to send you one maybe. Yeah,
That's so cool.
so the golden tortoise beetle is right there.
Okay. Yep.
This one here,
Hmm.
it's a golden beetle, but then when you disturb it, it turns red, which looks like that. It's the
Oh.
same individual, but then it changes colors. And there are only so many insects and creatures that are able to change colors. Like think of a chameleon, and this one can change colors in just like um, several seconds, like 10 seconds,
Whoa.
depending on how young it is and how many times it's changed in its life. But it's a beetle you can find right here in the Philly area, and that's why I think it's so cool because it seems like something you'd find over in Malaysia or somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet you it's up where you live too, Taylor.
You
It's
know
in
what?
this
I
whole.
found a mantis this summer, and I didn't even know we had those up here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was like, I assume it was a mantis. I scoped it. I was like, what is this?
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. There are definitely praying mantises around here. A lot of the praying mantises that we have are not native though, which is kind of strange. But that we
Yeah.
don't really have is what I mean.
Yeah.
But
Chris wants to know where he can buy your book if he wants to.
if you want to go to my website, I have a website. It's www.thebugandthebeetle.net, and then you can find it there. And you can also, I think I have a link to there through my Twitter as well.
The Bug
So,
and the Beetle. All
yes.
right. Beetle.net. Let me see if I can kind of like put this kind of between our heads, maybe somewhere. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's not great, but let's see. We'll make it bigger and just put it like, put it right on your head. Boom. It's right on your
Yeah.
head. It's on your forehead, and that's the only place I can get it where you can actually read the words because my hair is too dark and it totally blocks out the words. Thank God your hair is light. Thebugandthebeetle.net, so you can buy the book there. Oh, do I have a
There.
little black line? What do we have here? Perfectionism. Boom. There we go. That's better. And then the words go up. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm happy. Okay. And she just posted on Twitter. There she is, guys. Follow her, follow her, follow her. She is the yellow one. She's awesome. And she just showed us her favorite beetle, which means that this is the end.
Sad.
It is sad.
It
But I'm
was
sure
really
it's not the last one ever.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Taylor.
Thanks for being here.
Cool to find out your interest in entomology, and
Yay!
I can tell that you have a knack for it, which
Wait,
is
did I
pretty.
spell beetle wrong? How do you spell beetle?
Oh, you spelled it right. No, you spelled it right.
I spelled it right, Chris.
Yeah. It's just people get it confused with the Beatles, which is
Right,
with
that's
an
what I was like wondering. I'm like, wait, did I spell that
yeah.
wrong? Oh, Brad wants to know if your sister went back to Cali.
She did. She left today,
She's
sadly.
gone, Brad. You're gonna have to.
Ooh,
No, come on. We want you in the thumbnail. Where are you going, friend?
hi Pandora.
All right. So if that's it, you guys just follow her. You can ask her questions. Tweet at her on Twitter, follow her on Instagram to see her photography. Go to the website, buy her book, send her all the super hearts. Make sure she gets PayPal or Patreon or whatever. Send her all the money.
Thanks, Taylor.
And I just have to click a few more buttons. Buttons to get rid of that. And we're about. Oh, thank you, Joe. And thank you, Gio. Thank you, guys. You guys are all so amazing. Oh, and thank you to all of our super hearters. Dan, who is our top contributor. Thank you. Brad, Eric, Asif, Chris, and Josh. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, thanks for being here. Thanks for the support. Make sure you support her and follow her as well. And everyone who had to leave but did send super hearts before they left: Arturo, Stuart, Lacey, Taylor, Russ, Lise, Season Hatcher, and Brian. Thanks for the super hearts. And it is still match day. So if you go to femyoga.com and click support femyoga, all the sponsorships are going to be matched all the way up until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we have about 6 hours left. Ed is matching all the sponsorships, and I really appreciate all of your support. If you spend $5, he's going to match it for 5. So it'll be like you gave 10 to the channel, keeping this awesome content coming so we can bring on more awesome people like Issa. And thank you, Issa, so much for coming. This was like one of the most interesting scopes I think I've ever done.
Nice and dynamic. Thanks for having me, Taylor. It was lots of fun.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Delphi Hurley, for the super hearts. We will see you. I'm going to be back on this channel in a little while. I do 3 hours of content every day, so we probably have like another hour or so to go. So I'll be back. And remember, you're all worthy of being loved and feeling comfortable in your own skin. This has been a moment in time with Taylor and Issa. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
And there's Issa right there, so you can follow her. Last chance. Oh, there's Ed. He's the one who's matching everything. Follow him too because he's being so awesome. He's matching all the sponsorships. And okay, I'm about to end it. So thanks for watching. Yay, the roach. Bye.
Bye.